singing caps.
But that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
I threw a panic comment. I said, oh my God, somebody hit the start button. Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday.
No one buys that shit, Gary.
By the way, I hope you guys got to see the Chief show this morning about Blow. And it was a good show. Man, he knows his stuff when it comes to that shit, man. And it's a good Johnny Depp film if you've never seen it.
Yeah.
Hi, Shirley. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Gambit. Hi, Snorty. Hi, Penny. Anybody else pop in? Hey, Genghis is here. What's up, Genghis? How you doing, man? Dude, let me tell you something right now. When I was at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana, I bought the entire short story collection. It was 3 books, and they were thick books, like a dictionary thick of his short stories. That was one of my favorite little fucking stories, The Short Happy Life of the Brown Oxford. I'm like, I'm not gonna like this. That sounds like a stupid title. Then I read it. I'm like, I like that story. But I enjoyed that entire collection of short stories by Philip K. Dick. You could say that my bookshelf was full of Dick books. A lot of Dick. Like a ton of Dick in my bookshelves. Hey, look who loves Martin today. Genghis.
Hey, Genghis.
Okay, so FMK for the panel, Anima F. Martin. Anima F. Martin. Sorry, Gary. Love you, bud. Well,
hey,
from my heart to you, you know,
we miss you on Monday.
This is just for you, Pope. Drop and beat your face.
Are we not gay enough for you anymore?
Only great, yeah, not gay enough.
Hey, Pope, do you want a link?
Yeah, send him an invite, man. Love to have you on, buddy. Come on. Look, you're a little gay, Pope, so I know you've seen The Truman Show. There's no way you haven't seen this movie. You are gay enough for this. Yeah, I haven't had enough gay marine this week. Please join us.
Oh my God.
Okay, he said he'll take the invite. Send it to him. You know, Regira, who sang No Tengo Dinero, was a group that did the summer tune Vamos a la Playa, 1983. I remember these names. I am not remembering the songs, though.
I do.
I am pretty sure I've fucking heard that one. I don't know about No Tengo Dinero, but I have heard Vamos a la Playa.
They used to play them back to back because they are identical.
The same chord progression and all that.
Yeah.
Melody. Yeah, I'm going to look
whatever
it up.
You say. I don't know.
I've got to look it up because I'm not remembering the song. I just remember the name. Vamos a la Playa, right? Yeah, Playa.
Yep.
Here's what Pope has to say, by the way, Gary.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
I fucking love that t-shirt.
Hell yes.
I can't see it well enough. Where's it at? There we
Canon
go.
Group.
Oh yeah, Canon. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
All right. Where did you get that?
It's 70s show, Canon Film Club. We just did an episode yesterday.
Oh shit, I like that.
Yeah, he sent me one.
Steal it. I'm gonna steal it. Make my own.
Because God, I love Canon.
Oh man, yeah. Canon Globus, fuck yeah.
I mean, the old Death
Canon
Wish
Globus
movies,
Karolko.
missing in action.
You're
Hell
forgetting
yeah.
Karolko, man.
It's like, are they the
Okay,
best movies ever? No. Are they fun as hell? Yes.
Look, man, if they support Chuck Norris, they've got my undying love. That's all I got to say.
Pretty much.
So it's, I forget the name of the band. What was the name of the band? Oh, Rig. Here, there we go.
Well, if you don't support Chuck Norris, he would make you support him. So,
Yeah, there are only two types of people on this world: those who support Chuck Norris and those who are scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about we take the comments off of stage because they
Yeah,
are halfway over Pope and they distract. I don't like them anyway.
okay,
I can't even hear you
he's
guys.
having a seizure.
This is a fucking cool song, man.
Gary's just in his own little world.
Little
Like,
new wave, little dance. It's got that great new wave synth sound, but it's got that dance beat to it, but it's not like annoying like something by what's her name?
Du Vega, motherfucker.
No, the chick from the last 15 years, 20 years, dark hair. She married the comedian, whiny comedian. Now she's
Katy
fucking
Perry.
prime minister. Yeah, fuck her, man. It's like to give somebody any kind of talent and they choose dance music. It's like, hey, I learned how to play guitar, piano, all these instruments. I've got an amazing voice. What do you think I should do? I think you should write artful, meaningful songs. No, I think I just want to do dance tunes with a heavy dance beat. Fuck that bitch.
Okay.
But hey, they make money, and let's face it, we don't.
I don't mind being poor. I really don't.
I mind being poor. I mind it quite a bit, thank you.
Well, before we begin, let me run this naughty video.
It's like, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing heavy metal, but it means I accept that I'm going to need a job.
Uh-oh. Looks like I lost. What the fuck happened here? Hold on.
I don't know.
It
What are you doing,
not
man?
letting me. It's not letting me scroll anymore. I'll be right back. I can't stand this shit when it does this.
Well, in the meantime, Sally has her video too.
Oh yeah. Oh, if, today when I run the credits for the chief, it did again that thing when I don't see the video that is running and all I can see is all three of us there on screen.
Oh God, I hate that.
Oh, also, I don't think I've shown this off on this channel, and Gary will appreciate this.
Ooh,
Gary Fender Stratocaster.
yeah.
Nice.
Little Sprat. You know what my favorite guitar is, though, right?
No, I don't think you've ever told me, actually.
The
Yes,
Gresh
you
hollow
cannot
body.
change.
Gresh is
Gresh is-
great
You
shit.
can get any sound from that fucking guitar. It's amazing. Chet Atkins, it was his favorite guitar. There are other guitarists that love those things. I know Paul liked them too.
And of course, you know what my favorite guitar of all time is. The Gibson Flying V.
Oh,
I'm a V fan. I love them. I know a lot of guitarists don't like them because of how nose heavy they are. But I've always loved the spear tip. I'm a Gibson fan.
what just happened? Who did that? Stop doing that.
Are you talking to yourself?
No, I didn't do it.
I think Martin's playing around with things.
I don't know. I was
Crazy.
looking at something, trying
I'm
to.
fighting StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard was giving me some fucking trouble here. Did some weird shit. Now it seems like it's working okay.
Okay.
Weird.
Sally Forth.
And also some porn from Martin that I just got.
Uh-oh.
A black knight.
Oh, is that an elemental?
No, it's a black knight. That's
Okay,
the refill.
Here we go.
Pick yourselves up and Sally fuck! Sally fuck! Sally forth!
I've got another clip coming from there, that movie, where she says, "You found me beautiful once," and he says, "Baby, you got real ugly."
Yeah, but you
I
need
love
to
that
take the
fucking
music
line.
out of that one first.
Oh, I will.
Yes,
I
you
will.
use it.
When I clip it, album.
It's like, was it Winston Churchill?
When you clip it.
It's like,
Clip it good.
was it Winston Churchill who said, like, in the morning I will be sober, but you will still be ugly.
I like that.
He's also the author of my favorite takedown of any female politician ever. I forget who he was talking about, but it's like, Winston, if you were my husband, I'd poison your tea. Madam, if you were my wife, I would drink it.
That's a good one.
I remember that one. I can't remember who said it. I think it's in a movie where a character said, I can, the character's fat and he says, "I can lose this weight. You can't do anything. You're always going to be an asshole." And, but I remember the meanest thing I ever said. We had a director of nursing at the hospital, and normally we answer to our director of nursing when I was in nursing school. We would answer to our director of nursing, but while we were doing clinicals in the hospital, this fucking fat bitch was my boss, and she hated men. So there are two of us, two males, that were in the nursing class during clinicals, and she would just make our lives a living hell. And so during lunch in the cafeteria there at Mary Washington Hospital in Fredericksburg, I was sitting there and we were talking about losing weight. And back then I was svelte, athletic, and I said, "Well, I have learned that in every fat person, there's a thin person crying to get out. In some people's cases," and then I looked at her, "maybe there are two or three."
Mean.
Yeah, she earned it.
Yeah, no.
Could have worked for Truman Show.
One of the best and meanest things I've ever seen an NCO do was he actually put thought and money into this. Our platoon fuck up, everybody has one, did something dumb, and our sergeant was fucking ready for it because he literally brought out a small bonsai tree and made this kid walk around for the rest of the week with it. And if anybody asked, the bonsai tree was to replace the oxygen he stole from everyone else.
Yeah, I like that. You got to put some thought into. You got to understand these drill sergeants have the best comedy routines you've ever seen.
And not even drill sergeants, even just NCOs when you're in the fleet.
Well, I'm talking about during like training. Oh. These guys have a routine, and their routine is pretty like routine. They do it a certain way, and they learn how to play off each other. Like the shark frenzy is fucking insane. I witnessed it, but nothing happened to me because I was doing what they told me to do because I'm not a fucking idiot, And the funniest thing was this kid that was inside the cattle car when we were pulling up. And I said, "Name's Kissel. What's your name?" And he goes, "Condon." And I just stood there for a few seconds. I said,
"You're so fucked.
You seem like a nice guy, man, but you can stay the fuck away from me with that name."
Yeah,
goes,
right.
"What?"
I want nothing to do with that.
He goes, "What?" And then the doors open. "Get off my truck. Get out of there. Move, move, move." And I moved. There's a pole there as you're going down. It's two slight thin doors. Okay. And you're supposed to grab the handrail to step down. Fuck that. I fucking leapt out of that fucking truck. Condon behind me. No, he's more of a guy that grew up in the city. So he grabbed that pole when drill sergeant yells at him, "Get out my truck." And he grabs the fucking pole. He goes, "What are you doing?" Which makes him stop. And it's just getting worse. Like every microsecond, this guy's life is over. By the end of this day, we go into that room, and I know you guys do the exact same thing. You go into a room to fill out fucking paperwork. People think,
Yep.
oh, the military is all about training. No, there's a lot of fucking
The
paperwork.
military is all about paperwork. The training comes
You got to
later.
process everything. So you're in this room signing documents. If I die, everything goes to this person. Crazy fucking documents you got to fill out here, okay? And I suddenly hear, and the drill sergeant, by the way, is Drill Sergeant Maratiti. He's Hawaiian, Polynesian. And we also called him Drill Sergeant Titty because he had big man boobs, big bodybuilder guy, okay? He's all fucking short, fucking full of anger. He walks in, he goes, "Where's my girlfriend?" And I hear Condon in the back, "Right here, Drill Sergeant." And I went, "Oh, your life is fucked." The next time I got close to him, I said, "I told you."
The best one, I won't tell too many of the stories, but we had one Asian kid in our entire platoon. His name is Dong.
Dong?
Yeah, literally D-O-N-G.
Yeah.
It's just like, I wanted to be as far away from him as possible.
Yep. I concur.
It's just like, nope, not going anywhere near that. Sorry, buddy. You're a nice dude, but I'm not sticking up for you.
I had a guy in my squad. His name was YU. And I would intentionally, because Anima knows I fuck with everybody that was in my squad. The Hispanic guy, Martinez, I would always end a sentence with K. And he couldn't figure out if I was saying okay or if I was saying what in Spanish to him. And I would mix it up on him to where he would get so frustrated with me. He would go like, "I was telling you." I said, "No, I said okay." Or if he didn't say anything, I said, "You're just going to make me wait. I asked you what." One of those fun things. Then we had you.
We used to love fucking with people's heads because, like, we're California Marines. I was part of 1st Marine Division, so we're stationed in SoCal.
Yeah.
So, like, we would when we were deployed.
You're at Pendleton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were when we were deployed. For part of it, we were QRF. So we would show up when guys were getting hit. And like there was this Army, I think, logistics unit that got hit on a convoy. And
for those of you who don't know, hold on. For those of you who don't know, QRF means Quick Reaction Force.
Okay, yeah. So basically, if somebody gets hit, we roll out, loaded for bear, and just start hitting. And so we roll
smoking anything in the area.
Yeah, right. We roll up to this firefight and just start laying waste to everything in the area, and like just laying down hate. And then the fight's over. One of their NCOs comes up to one of our trucks and is just like, "Hey boys, great save, thanks for it." And like we go with like the full like Cali surfer dude attitude of like, "Cha, no worries, bro."
God, no worries, bro.
Just fucking roll out.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's like, did we just get our asses saved by a bunch of surfer dudes? Yep.
Oh yeah. And you gotta do the thing, you know. Yeah, bro, cha, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a surfer.
Like, don't worry about it.
One of my best friends during training was this young surfer from Southern Cal. And he was the coolest fucking dude I ever met in my life. I have a lot of photos of him and me hanging out. And I can't find him to this day. I've used every military site trying to find him. Can't find him. And I'm like, I hope to God he didn't get killed. But one of my favorite moments when we got a permanent party, I'm in the barracks, and someone says, "Yo, Kissel, you have company." And he had traveled all the way to where my permanent party was because he had a break. And I opened the door, and there he is, and he leapt on me. And it was so fucking weird because I'm a giant human being, and this little tiny surfer guy is on me like a child. It looks like I'm holding a child. and I was just like, Fuller, you know, is one of the happiest moments in the military I ever had. Was him just showing up to say hi to me.
The funniest one for me was a guy I actually went to college with.
Yeah.
Because I was training to be an officer, obviously. And then I dropped out and enlisted. Well, a lot of my buddies kept going on that track and commissioned. So we were out at Bridgeport doing mountain warfare training. And a bunch of the guys had just finished the basic school, like, basically boot camp for officers.
OCS.
No, that's not OCS. That's the selection process. TBS is the actual training. And then they were about to go into infantry officers course.
Right.
So they gave us to them to like get them some leadership training, actually leading real Marines. And one of the guys, our platoon commander, when we were out there, was one of the guys I went to school with.
Really?
I was actually pretty close with. So everyone else was like, "Oh yeah, good morning, sir," whatever. And I just go, "Kavanaugh," and just run up and hug him. And it's like, my sergeant's like, "I guess that it's not insubordinate, but we're not supposed to really be hugging our officers." It's like one of those, like, I don't know what to do here.
Well, we're close. We're like really close. Not like the way you're thinking.
It's not gay. We're both wearing boot pants. It's fine.
As long as you got your boots on, it's not gay.
Exactly.
So I'm going to throw this up here real quick because Genghis brought it up, and I think somebody else brought it up earlier, is the book Time Out of Joint by Philip K. Dick. And these are the two copies I had. And I love that fucking book. And it's my favorite of all time Philip K. Dick books. And it's, I heard a guy reviewing it earlier. Adam and I watched a video where he referred to it as a masterpiece. And I can't argue with it. It is such an amazing fucking story, dude. And
read more of Philip K. Dick, because I've read Android's New Electric Sheep and Man in the High Castle, and I love how he writes.
Well, there's no question. Look, I like his short stories probably more than anything, but this is my favorite book he wrote. And he wrote this, well, he published it in 59, but he may have written this as early as 57, because I saw early publishings of it in 4 chapters in a magazine. So, but the book was published in 59. And what I loved about this book is this is where he really began showing some of the signs of his own mental illness, and he was talking about it within his writing. And in this one, you have a character. One of the first moments you experience with him is where he goes into the bathroom and he goes to pull a string, but there's no chain there. There's a switch on the wall for the bathroom. And he's like, "Why? You goddamn right, I like Dick." Snorty. So he goes to pull a chain, but it's a light switch on the wall. And he goes, did I misremember this, or has something changed? And that's the whole process of this story, where he begins to talk about some of the shit that was going on in his head, with a mixture of drugs too, not just his mental illness. But I found it so fascinating that the basis of this story, even though Genghis brought it up, that part of the plot of not the story, but the plot is that in order to make a living, he lives with his sister and her husband and their kid, his nephew. And he makes all of his money by solving a Martian puzzle in the newspaper every day. And he gets paid to do this. And he lives in this world where Marilyn Monroe still is alive and Eisenhower is still president, Ike. And but there are these planes that are flying overhead all of the time. And he gets the feeling that they're watching him. And then they go to a park, and he leaves his nephew for a moment to go over and get them, I think, snow cones or hot dogs or something. And as he's walking over, he gets hit by this wave of something, like something's really weird. And he's almost like faint. And then when he regains his senses, he looks up and the hot dog stand is gone. And instead of the hot dog stand, there's a piece of paper on the ground that says hot dog stand. And there begins the story of his paranoia. Is this world real? Or does it feel like they're doing things just for me? And that's the whole premise of this movie, is right from that story. And it's always bothered me, as much as I love this movie, that they didn't give a thank you or a nod to Philip K. Dick's Time Out of Joint, because this steals directly from it in so many ways. It's
and in a way,
ridiculous
it's
how
kind
much.
of the opposite of, the Starship Troopers effect of that book had kind of gone under the radar until the 1997 movie. And then literally the thing Paul Verhoeven tried to, portray with the movie of, oh, these are space fascists. It's like, no, you made them cool.
Yeah, I know. He was going against what was written in the original book by Heinlein.
Robert Heinlein. And
Robert Heinlein.
the funny part is, when you read the book and watch the movie, they're two very different ideas.
Completely, because he was farther right wing than me. Okay, he believes that there should be two layers of citizenry. There's those who get to benefit from being a citizen, the freedoms and the luxuries, but
from being a resident,
they're not allowed to vote. They're not allowed to vote. In order to vote, you must serve. Service is required for citizenship, true citizenship.
And I actually had to read the book. I actually read it for the Commandant's reading list. It's actually the Commandant every year publishes a list of books that he wants Marines to read and do a book report on and submit, and you actually get points towards promotion to do that. And I read it, and it changed my entire outlook on politics. Especially, it's not a long read either. I would recommend everyone go read it.
Well, he is what Ayn Rand was, but he did it for science fiction.
Yeah, he's a little more science fiction and militaristic a little bit, because he himself
very militaristic, because he served during the war.
Yeah, he was in the Navy.
He was in the Navy. He was like 20th in his class, as I recall. The guy was a real military guy, and he believed that, his relationships with Isaac Asimov and another great sci-fi guy, L. Sprague de Camp, they kind of talked a lot about military service being important. But he specifically meant, it didn't have to be military, it needed to be federal service. You need to serve
service towards the state
to get your true citizenship, to where you're able to vote and have certain special rights given to those who have served the country. And everybody said, well, that's fascist. I said, no, not really.
No,
that's not even.
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. But
the more and more we go down the road,
I don't agree with the military, but I absolutely wholly agree with federal service, that every single citizen, unless they have a medical reason they can't do it, should serve.
And I would
some fashion.
And not to derail it, but I would argue that if you have a medical or mental reason why you cannot serve, you should not be given the franchise.
Yeah. I wholly agree. But getting back to this movie here, the science fiction they borrow from here is really right out of Time Out of Joint, because the planes flying overhead are a lot like the moon in this, where they're constantly observing him. And he accidentally eavesdrops with his nephew when they build a two-way radio. And he hears one of the radios from the bomber describing what he and his nephew are doing, which is right out of this fucking movie. That scene when he's in the car and you suddenly hear, all right, he's turning left on Seaview right now. And he looks up and he sees the sign. He goes, oh my God, someone's watching me. It's like, it's fucking crazy.
Well, and this is what Philip K. Dick does really well with both. I'm just going to call it Blade Runner because it's a shorter title.
You can call it DATOS too, which is the acronym for.
But I'll just go shorthand for Blade Runner because that's what it turned into.
But everybody knows,
But
he accepted that.
Like, he's exploring at that point, what is human reality and what is it to be human? And in this one, he's exploring like, what if those paranoid delusions
Not just
are
that.
actually real?
Hold on, Pope. There's one more thing you forgot. Are these my memories?
That's
or
the
are
thing.
they somebody
Is
else's?
this like,
That's
are these
another
actually
theme.
real?
Yeah.
And
It's
would
like-
I know? And would I know if they weren't?
Which, if you look at it, is also part of the theme with the Matrix. You know, being in that world.
What I am looking at reality.
Is this real? Yeah. And he asks that question all the time. Like in the book, when he goes in and goes to pull the chain down and there's a light switch, he begins to question the threads of reality right then and there. Why did I remember it differently than what it is? Oh, I love that shit. I love it. Let's get back to the chat. Let's see what these people that like our show are talking about. Yes, it's true. Once again, I concur with that, Snorty. I love Dick. Not too much Dick. Just a little.
I just started some for you, Gary.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let me go to
And, do we want to send Gary off on one? Because Gambit has a take here that I don't know that I agree with. Right at the end here.
Well, I like this one. They say Jason Voorhees is a deadite. I like that one. Let's see. In the beginning of the movie, we see that something is amiss in Truman's life because when he is greeting his neighbors, it feels like a 1950s sitcom. Yeah, because this show is the show he's in is kind of trapped in a timeless period that kind of hits the 1950s and early 60s. Parallels can be drawn from Thomas More's, you forgot to know, buddy, 1516 book Utopia, in which Moore described, isn't Moore spelled with two O's?
Actually, at that point, English didn't have a standard grammar yet, so he could be correct.
Huh. I could have sworn I remember seeing two O's on his name. Anyway, describes an island with only one entrance and only one exit. Also in a song called Hotel California, you can
check
leave.
out anytime you like.
You can check out, but you can never leave. I love that line, dude. That's a great one. Let's see. So he imagines he's under constant supervision of the satellite cameras, and he starts noticing things like seeing cameras, and they're everywhere. If you pay attention, like on those two gate posts at the front of the driveway, there's a camera on each side. Those little black orbs are actually cameras. They're everywhere. Like in Blade Runner, Detective Deckard doesn't know he's a replicant until, okay, fuck you, Gambit. I love you, buddy.
Don't fall for it, Gary. Just move on.
No. Embrace the rage, Gary. Embrace it.
The rage. Rainer Werner Fassbinder, the filmmaker, tackled the quasi-similar thing in the sci-fi thriller miniseries Welt am Draht. Is that how you say it?
Welt am Draht, yeah.
Yeah. World on a Wire. I don't know if I've ever seen that, dude.
It's a good thing we have someone here who speaks war crime.
Oh!
Oh! Hold the sign up for him, baby. He deserves that one.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets the sign. I don't have it. You have it. There it is. There it is.
My cat misplaced it.
Hey,
I made it for Gary, but you deserve it, Pope.
Yeah, you deserve it, buddy.
What? I do, but face it was funny.
Oh, by the way, if you don't recognize her, that's the mom from 2.5 Men.
Yeah,
plays his mother.
You want me to write something down?
Yeah, the title that's up there right now, Welt am Draht.
Yep.
I want to see this. You may have to translate it for me, though. What is this, Slasher Fred? By the way, hi, Slasher. I didn't see you come in. One of the reality shows that was really cool was Real World, which took place in a college dorm, and it has these people whose lives are filmed.
Fuck that show.
Oh, ha ha ha! Now I'm getting it. Kidding. Oh, fuck off. So Anima, before we came out, Anima's like, oh, now Gebbett's posting really bad song titles. And Martin, I go, what? Those are great songs. We're so defending these songs. We're like, we love those songs. She's
different taste in
you want to
music.
you want to have terrible taste in music.
It could be worse.
How
I could be
can
posting
you
some
not
of the
like
songs
Take
that
On
I
Me?
Because it's boring as fuck.
What? You're
It's like,
killing me.
I
Yeah.
could be
World War
posting-
III.
I
Hold on,
could be
Austria
posting song
and
titles
the
that would
US.
get the channel banned.
Oh yeah, like death rock from Northern Europe.
Yeah, like Scandinavian black metal.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah,
the
that shit's-
Finnish are dark when it comes to that.
I mean, look, man, they
More
had a
Swedish in this case,
fucking
but yeah, the Finns go get. The
they
Finns
had a
get banned.
fucking rock band up there that was beloved, and the guy was a fucking serial killer. The lead
Yeah.
singer, songwriter, he was a fucking murderer.
Yeah, Vortex Security.
It's like, oh my god.
Like, he was a good songwriter. Unfortunately, he's a goddamn lunatic.
Yeah, he was a psycho. He wanted to
nobody's
go out there and
perfect.
do what was in his songs. He wanted to go commit the things he wrote about.
And he did.
Wait a sec, what is this? The character of Christoph is basically the slave master. He's God too. You can see him as God. He sees himself as a deity. But as one assessment that was made by one of the channels, he doesn't realize he's fucking evil. But that's the thing about a true villain. A true
They
villain
don't
doesn't
realize that they're.
they
the bad
think
guy.
they're doing something good. And that moment at the end, and by the way, she is gorgeous, McElhorn. She is so fucking beautiful.
Well, his argument was that he was cast out of a couple, I think 5 unwanted pregnancies. And he's giving him a life. He's
and
so
he
evil.
says, we brought him into this world on this show. Why not take him out? And I'm like, fuck, dude. And everybody that's with him up there, like, we want no part in this.
Yeah, it's like he
Yeah.
doesn't realize how far he's gone until and like that's the cool part with this movie is you see the crew behind him like, whoa, like this is no.
You're drowning him, and yeah, it's scary as shit. And I remember sitting in the theater watching this going, is he gonna fucking kill this kid? Like, what the fuck, man? And but at the last second, he says, okay, shut it all down, shut it all down. He realized, man, he had become the worst aspect of Frankenstein.
Yeah, but he
'Cause
thinks
he
until the
is-
very end that he can convince him to stay. And the shock on his face when he bows and leaves. Wow.
Yeah, and this is the big difference between him and God, which is God walked in, and said, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing? He said, hey man, we discovered the knowledge of good and evil. So we know what you know. All right, you're on your own now. Fuck you guys. You're not under my protection anymore. And he just fucking walked off. There was no big fucking like try to kill you kind of thing. That didn't come till later when what did he do? He tried to
The
destroy
flood?
the world
Yeah.
with flood, and then he swore never to do that again. Yeah, next time it'll be by fire. And that's why I think we have isotope 29. What is it? I forget the name of the isotope. In our atmosphere on land in several places. And the only way that can be is either by supernova or by a nuclear blast. And this stuff dates back thousands of years. And it's like, how the fuck did that happen? Well, there is that 1 in a trillion chance of a natural explosion. It could happen. But the fact is, scientists are left scratching their heads like they did with Mars when my friend John Brandenburg discovered that there were 2 nuclear events millions of years ago. 2 separate nuclear events that, once again, has that same isotope that can only occur with a nuclear blast or a supernova.
No star in our vicinity was ever large enough to go supernova.
Yeah. So it's just, you're left with this mystery, but I know where my head goes.
We know the conditions under which this could have happened. None of them exist here. So why is it here?
Absolutely. But so there's McElhorn again. By the way, I took notice of her in another film called it's Brad Pitt and Harrison Ford movie. where he's the Irish guy and she's an Irish
Ah.
girl that
Mm.
he got my attention. At film going, who is
It's
this?
not Patriot Games. I know that.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is. a good game.
Is it Patriot Games?
No, but I'm talking about later with Brad Pitt when he's moves over from Ireland and stays with Ford and his family, and he's a cop.
Yeah.
Ford is a cop.
Oh, shit! I've seen that
And-
movie. What the hell's the name of
And
it?
he's basically trying to make a deal to run some arms to Ireland for the IRA. And McElhorn's involved with it, and that's the movie where I took notice of her, and I'm like, oh my god, this girl is so beautiful, like Meryl Streep kind of beautiful.
I don't like. I don't find her.
I
beautiful.
always thought Meryl Streep was pretty.
I love.
I don't
this-
like
this-
her as a person, but I think she's pretty.
I like how she acts. Her role in Ronin was awesome, but I don't find her quite as attractive as everybody seems to.
I thought one of her best roles was I forget the name of the movie, but she was in like a romantic comedy with Jack Nicholson.
Mm.
Her, McElhorn?
No, Meryl Streep.
Oh, Meryl
Oh.
Streep.
I'm sure somebody.
Devil Zone.
what
Here
I'm
it is.
talking about. It was a good movie.
It's the movie I was trying to think of is The Devil Zone.
Oh yes, I have
by
seen
Alan
that.
J. Pakula. I actually like the film. I just hate his accent. His Irish accent's terrible. That's why he decided to go crazy when he played the Pikey in oh my god. Brad Pitt played the Pikey in that fucking crime comedy from Britain where you can't understand what the fuck he's saying.
Snatch.
Oh yes.
Oh, you're saying the movie's name is Snatch. I'm like, why'd you say that? It's vulgar.
Dick.
You're just throwing random genital words.
No, I'm talking about
Dick.
I'm talking about Philip. Philip and Katie.
You have such a great cast in that movie too, by the way.
There you go,
the
Gary.
Brad Pitt film. Hold on.
This one's for you.
Oh, thank you, baby. Yeah, Tim got it. What's up, Tim? What you doing, buddy?
Hey.
So you've got some great actors. Let me just tell you, like beyond Harrison Ford, Brad Pitt did a good job. You got Ruben Blades in that movie. I fucking love that dude.
Gladys.
Treat Williams is in there. Fucking Mitchell Ryan. Then Natasha McElhone, which I think she's just beautiful and a good actress. You've got Paul Ronan in it, who's very good. Sadly, they have Julia Stiles in it. She's such a weird-looking person. She looks like some kind of somebody accidentally left the makeup on so long from a monster she played that's what she looks
I
like.
remember back in the 90s when people thought she was attractive and she had a film career for all like 15 minutes.
Who?
Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles. Now,
Yeah.
another guy that's in this film that I really like is David O'Hara. And O'Hara has been in tons of movies from The Departed, Braveheart. Sadly, he was in that sci-fi movie, Cowboys and Aliens, even though I was thinking about doing that one because I know it's
No,
got a fan
please.
base.
Don't do that to me.
Doomsday, which is not as bad as people think it is. He's in Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 of Horizon by Kevin Costner. The second one is, when is the part 2 coming out? Anybody know? I've not heard anything. They're supposed to be.
I haven't heard anything of it getting released.
I
anymore.
heard that it may be canceled because the first one didn't make as much money as they wanted.
They need to make it because that was a great fucking movie. And that pisses me off more people didn't see that movie. That's a fucking Western. That's Clint Eastwood level good. And man, anyway, he was Albert Runcorn in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. God, I'm trying to remember. He was in The Tudors. Oh my God, this movie, Stander. Anybody see that fucking movie?
I don't think so.
Oh my
No.
God, that is the film that introduced Thomas Jane to the world. It's a South African movie.
I have other standards.
It's about I think he's a corrupt cop, as I remember, involved in a huge bank heist, and David O'Hara plays one of his partners. So, find it, the Grateful Dead movie. I don't know, dude. I don't like the Grateful Dead as a band.
I mean, they have like.
I love the drummer though, man. Ooh.
Although apparently Bob Weir just died, which is unfortunate.
Yep. It's not apparent. That did happen.
The only one who didn't seem like an irredeemable hippie. And I will say, I do like the song Touch of Grey.
Trying to find this album.
And yes, Martin, I have finally broken down.
Oh, the Timberwolf.
I'm making clan mechs now. It's a mad cat bastard.
Timberwolf.
Let me see. Where? I can't see it. Let me engorge you. Oh, that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
That looks like ED209.
Yeah. And well, you'll like this one too. Thor.
Hold on.
That one
Warhammer.
didn't show up so well. Yeah, there we go. And yes, I actually printed those myself.
Nice. And please refrain to call my clan mechs with inner name.
Inner Sphere forever. Long
You
live the
troglodyte. We, the clans, have come here to enlighten you.
I also have a copy of my favorite clan mech, the Vulture.
Oh, that's nice.
It's such a good mech.
Now, however, I'm gonna give you to the Inner Sphere. The Fafnir is awesome. I fucking love the Fafnir.
And let's face it, you can't argue with the Warhammer.
No. Well, you can't. It's not recommendable.
It's like you can. You won't like it. For 70 tons.
Here it is.
Just about the angriest thing around.
Okay, I found the album. This is the only thing from anybody from Grateful Dead I liked. Was Planet Drum, came out in the 90s, featuring Mickey Hart, who is drummer for the Grateful Dead. And that is a great fucking percussion album. Pure percussion, it's called, what do they call it? World music, but its focuses on percussion and just the sound of different drums together. This movie became the inspiration for what was known as Truman Show syndrome, in which one believes that their private lives are filmed. And yet, the idea of that goes back way further into the 50s with Philip K. Dick's book.
I mean, hell, even Judas Priest talked about the surveillance state in 1982 with Electric Eye.
I'm going to look this movie up, Tim. Okay, I'm just going to, By the way, if you guys didn't know, I got good news over the weekend that Dale Dye, my boss, is all the way over in Australia right now working on the sequel to Operation Greyhound.
Yes.
Now, the good news also with that is he's 80 years old, man. I don't want him out in the field. So the entire film is being shot on stage. So it'll all be on set. Doesn't mean they're not going to get hit with a lot of water, get jostled around.
It's like an old Marine like Dale or my grandfather. It's just like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be doing this anymore. Good luck stopping him.
Well, it's just he's hit a certain point where he understands his limitations. So, but he's still, like, the doctor told him after he had some surgery, take it easy. In under 2 weeks, he went out running.
Well, for Marines, that is taking it easy.
I know, and I laughed. That's
yeah, but at 80.
Look,
Marines
man, that guy. You got to remember, This man is a fucking trained fighting machine. He has, killed for his country, and he is a beast on the inside. And
I know.
there's no way he's going to let this life take those things from him. He knows he's got to slow down a little bit, but there you go. He's going to still do shit. And I feel bad because Julia's stuck this time because they're not going to go out in the field, so there's no need for her to be there like she was on the Pacific in particular. Funny story. Can I tell you a funny story from that movie that she told me? Would you guys like to hear that?
Of course.
Sure.
Okay. One of the stars of the series, The Pacific, was James Badge Dale, whom I love. I refer to anybody. She likes this and Dale likes this. They said they really like that I say this, that when I see an actor who was in a movie that was trained by Dale Dye, went to the school of Dale Dye, and their careers show it. They show trajectory. If you look at every single actor who worked with him, changed the trajectory of their careers. Max Martini and James Badge Dale love playing characters who are strong men that defend others. And you'll see it throughout their career that they love doing it.
Look at even famous actors like Neil McDonough.
No, Neil, absolutely. He's a close friend of theirs, like interpersonal relationship.
And like I've seen multiple interviews with him. Like he just seems like a genuinely good
He's
person.
a very down-to-earth guy, devout Catholic. And so much so that he got fired from that show because he says, I never agreed to a sex scene. I will not do that. I won't even kiss a woman on screen. The only woman my lips touch is my wife. And that's it. And so it got him fired and it got him blacklisted. You stand up for good family values and all of a sudden Hollywood hates you.
Well, I mean, that's Hollywood in a nutshell. That's always been the case.
Yes, Alpha. That's Max Martini. And what I love about him, the older he gets, the more he smokes, the rougher he sounds. Like when he was, what was that series, Bosch, that we watched where he was one of the villains in that? Jesus Christ, his voice when he was on that show. Like, good God, man. Sounds like he stayed up all night drinking and smoking. One of the classic hidden camera shows was Candid Camera. I love Candid Camera. I called it Candy Camera as a kid because I didn't know. Yeah, she's the thing about her as an actress, and I do find this interesting with her. She can play a bitch better than anyone I know.
Laura? Yeah.
She just, my God, she just has this icy face. Another woman that has that, and I can't stand her because she looks like one of my exes and just really rubs me the wrong way, is the movie Gone Girl, where his wife disappears. They think he murdered her, Ben Affleck. And she actually faked her disappearance and then killed an old friend of hers to make it look like he was the one that held her captive. And that bitch, she's also on that Ring of Power, whatever that show is on Amazon.
Oh God, the wannabe Tolkien.
Yeah. The one that we don't talk about on this channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Even though it's got a lot of people in there I do like, there are some actors on that show that I do like. I just won't watch that fucking show. Is that not it that she's in? I can't remember. She's either in that one or the other mystical show that Amazon produces.
Could be both.
Yeah, I don't see her in this one. I don't know what the other show is called. Does anybody know what that other show is called?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. My goodness.
Rosamund Pike. Yeah. Oh,
That's
God.
her. I hate her fucking face. Hate it.
Oh, she's not only in she's not in Rings of Power. She's in the Wheel of Time series.
That's it. The other fantasy show on Amazon. Yeah, that was it.
The one that's even worse than Rings of Power.
She is there you go, Slash Fred. Thanks, buddy. She is on the list of people that if they're in the movie, I'm probably not going to watch it. I can't stand her fucking face.
And she
I don't
was in
care
the
if she can
movie.
act.
She was in the last Bond movie with Pierce Brosnan, the one that was absolutely terrible.
Oh, I fucking hated her. God,
And she
she's
was
so
in
terrible.
Doom.
The Doom movie. That's right.
Oh, the one with the Rock.
Yeah.
I prefer
don't
to say the
remember her
one
in
with
that.
Carl Urban.
The
Just to be honest.
Yeah,
one that
Carl's always worth the price of admission. He's always fun.
it's like Doom is one of those movies like I don't like it, but it's so bad it's amazing.
Dude, that movie it's terrible. But
It's
I like it.
absolutely terrible.
What can I say? It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm a fan of the game. I'm a fan of the actors. So okay, I guess
All right,
I
there
like
you go. This is more blatant than her pulling down the teacher pulling down the map when he says he wants to grow up to be an explorer. She pulls down the map. She goes, "There's nothing left to discover. It's all been discovered." You know, the people running the show don't understand. This is abuse that they're doing. This is abuse to do this to make him afraid.
They
can't understand why this is abuse.
Also,
Yeah,
the
it's
hospital
like-
scene was so terribly staged.
They could have
Like,
fucking
short
put a
sleeves.
knife in that guy's leg.
It was a girl.
the travel agency plastered in poster of if you travel, you will die.
Yeah, right?
What the fuck?
Oh, by the way,
So
right
many-
here, she was okay in Surrogates with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I know the film and I don't like the movie.
Right.
Oh, I do like the movie, and I
only
people
like the
do.
movie because I know where it was filmed. My buddy's a cop in that town, Lynn, Massachusetts, and I know a lot of the parts they're freaking talking about.
Hey, who was the actor? I forgot that got fired.
Oh, I forget his
That
name.
was gonna. He was all the way up to shooting, and he got fired. And they brought Ed Harris in last minute, and Ed Harris nailed this role.
Ed Harris nails just about every role he's in.
I'm going to look it up. Actor fired from Truman Show.
Truman.
Dennis Hopper, because we were talking about it the other day,
Oh.
Anime. You and I were. Dennis Hopper.
Oh no, I
Wrong
don't see
guy for
Dennis
that
Hopper.
role.
No.
Wrong guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great actor, bad for that role.
I love this because this gag gets done twice in the movie. The first time he doesn't know how to drive a fucking bus, and then he's out there on the boat and they say, "Get going!" He's like, "I'm a bus driver." No, you're not. You're not even a bus driver, dude. You can't drive shit.
No, I
One of
think
his
he know how.
co-workers has to remind him that they're actors. They don't know how to actually do that.
Wait. I think he knows how to drive the bus, and he just wrecked the transmission so they could take Truman out of the bus.
Probably, yeah. And they'll get off the
Interestingly,
bus
though,
so quickly.
Gone Girl is loosely based on the true story. You know the story. And this, on the other hand, Presumed Innocent, written back in the 80s, was not based off of any specific incident, but the people that Scott Turow knew as a lawyer working for the city. And he wrote the character of Carol Polhamus. Boy, I pulled that one out of that hat. Carol Polhamus, based off of some of the women he met that slept their way to the top. That if you didn't have any kind of authority, they wouldn't waste time on you. And this book was about one of those girls that gets pisses the wrong person off and gets smoked. And of course, it all leads back to the main character, Rusty Savage. Was that it? Rusty Savage? Now I need to look it up.
Yeah.
Sure you're not talking about Randy Savage. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You mean-
Rusty's. Yeah. Yep, that's it.
What
Rusty
was that?
Savage. Rusty Savage is the main protagonist in all three of the Innocent books, and they've made them. If you didn't know this, they've all been made, and one was even remade. Presumed Innocent was remade with what's his name from the future rabbit that comes back in time. The fuck is that guy's name?
Rabbit that comes back in time?
Yeah, because he was supposed to die, and a jet engine falls on him.
Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal plays Rusty Savage in the made-for-TV miniseries. I watched it. It was fucking awful. They changed all the important plot points within the book, changed them. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Not interested. It was the daughter instead of the wife this time that killed Carol Bohemus. Dumb. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Burbank, California. The little town that Johnny Carson made fun of almost every episode of The Tonight Show. Oh my God. The way she freaks out and leaves the show.
I would freak out too.
I feel no sympathy because all these people are lying to him. I don't care if they're actors. They're fucking part of the lie. That's why I like it every once in a while when someone tries to warn him. Like the McKellen character. She tells him, if we're going to do anything, we have to do it now. So they go to the beach, they make out, and then it gets ruined by her fake dad.
Well, she knows that they are watching and they will get her out there, and then she's going to get fired. So he's doing her best to tell him that everything is fake, but apparently they brainwash him back into believing everything until that light falls off out of nowhere.
You're made to think that, but the fact is, if you realize that hole in the garden that he escaped out of, he's been working on that for a while. So I think that he's been aware of this for a bit. That the light, he acts like he's going along with it, but there comes a point where he starts doing this, but it's all part of his plan. And I think he is outwitted them in the story. That's what I really firmly believe. Because when he's working in the garden, she goes, you missed the spot. He was already digging the hole to escape later.
Yeah.
I never understood this scene because how fucking far out does that dome go?
Dude, the same when he's on the boat.
Yeah, you can see that shit from space.
Yeah.
That dome is huge.
That once he got across that bridge, he was free, but no, it's still within the dome, man. God damn. There's being aware you are a prisoner and being aware you're on a TV set. I don't know if he's aware he's on a show, but he knows he's being watched. And you got to think he's a little bit like another character from television. Anybody? Famous science fiction television show from the 60s.
Like The Prisoner.
Bam.
I remember his name.
That's who he is in many ways. He doesn't know why he's here, but this place is spying on him all the time, and everything seems to be about him. And it's going to trip him out.
I don't think he knows that it's a TV show, because when he gets told that, he is speechless. He doesn't immediately go, I knew it. He is speechless.
No, I don't think he knows either until that hint is given to him. I think he just thinks that he's in a weird fucking world where everybody seems to be focused only on him and what he's doing. And he has no clue
people
why.
Knowing his name?
Yeah, that cop fucked up, said his name.
She fucked up when she freaks out in front of his best friend and him and says, she can't do this anymore. This is unprofessional.
That was not it. The thing was when she said to the camera, somebody do something.
That too. And
That is
all
when it
these-
hits. What?
All these
What do you
instances
mean do
are
something?
pieces of the puzzle coming together. Like another hint, another hint, another hint. I'm right. Something's wrong here.
And when they physically restrain him, look, man, there's so much abuse done to this man
Yeah.
that he's never going to be able to live a normal life after this. He's going to have a lot of fucking therapy. And the only thing I can say right now that's going to help him is having sex with that girl. It's probably going to be the only thing that gets him out of there and takes his mind off of the nightmare of that fucking world.
That and all the money he's gonna do with lawsuits.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's they owe him so much fucking money being the star of the show too. Yeah, he's definitely gonna fucking sue the shit out of them.
He's set for life.
And so I agree with you, Alpha. Shirley likes that point too.
I am not the number.
Who is number 6? Man, I would love to talk about that show again. I fucking love that show so much.
I
Did
really
we watch
liked
that
it.
together?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
really
watched it
liked
with me.
it.
Yes.
But it got too weird for me towards the end.
Well, that's it. It's very psychedelic, very dreamlike.
We did a show
And
on
would
that,
he-
by the way. We talked
Yes,
about
I
that.
know it. And I said I would like to do another one sometime.
Am I the only one capturing the irony here of Gary's fiance speaking about weird things?
Yeah, that just tells you how fucking weird that show is when I say it's too weird for me.
That's what everybody said about you when I got you to join the show. Just kidding. Everybody liked you. They like you more than they like me, which is fine with me. I like that.
And it's
You're the
not that
top-
hard to be honest.
You are the pop culture minefield girl.
Yeah, I know. That's why I came on, because you needed more girls.
I know.
Now
you
I'm
really
still
do.
here.
You know, this show needed some vag in it, and we finally got some.
You're our diversity hire.
I know. I know. We
I
keep
won't say
joking
nothing.
about that. We keep
Oh,
joking about it. We have we have
Really, this is
Keith.
unprofessional.
We have Keith as the black guy. I'm the girl and also a foreigner. And Martin is a foreigner too. He's the brown.
He's our Latino, in-house
Yep.
Latino. And Pope is our in-house retard.
No,
I
that's
mean,
very.
I fill the role very well. I'm an extremely qualified retard.
No, Pope is representing gay. Gary's retard.
My impression of Pope. I can count to potato.
I can count a potato.
I love that movie. I
I'm
love that
Irish,
movie.
that's
We
why
need to
that-
do that film, by the way. We got to do that film.
Yes, we do.
I could count the potato.
I
I'm
don't know
Irish,
what
I
is
can
that.
count a potato.
That movie called The Ringer, wasn't that it? The Ringer, Johnny Knoxville, right?
Mhm.
Let me look at it again. It is, right?
Chief of the staff.
Yeah, The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville. And they had actual actors in that movie that were, like they had a guy that, they had mentally retarded actors and Down syndrome, which is a specific kind of mental retardation. I like that fucking movie. I really do. There we go. I mean, they got man. The guy that helps him set up this thing, played by Brian Cox, a legitimately hardcore, serious actor. And I love it when he does off-ball comedies because he just seems so weird in there. Nobody directed. Barry W. Blostein. I don't fucking know who that guy is.
Did he do anything else, or just this one?
Yeah, he directed Boomerang, Coming
Bye,
to America 2, The Nutty Penny Leaving. Bye, Penny.
Bye, Penny.
He directed a terrible movie, Honeymooners. He directed all the Nutty Professor movies. He directed Police Academy 2, 3, and all the way to 5. I stopped watching at 3. That was the last one for me. Yeah,
I'm not
4.
sure
I
if
don't
I
think I've
saw
even
two.
watched 4. 4 is 1987. All of the posters were painted by Drew Struzan, and I love his fucking posters. All the way until 5, and 5, I think somebody else painted that shit. It's also kind of fun in the movie how you can tell you're watching a scene happen and you're watching it through one of their cameras. So you get that fading around the corners, or you'll see the full curve of a lens cover. And Giamatti is good in this film. It's not like he's a great character, but I list him as in the top 20 living actors today. Giamatti. I think he's a fucking brilliant actor. What he did in Billions season 1 should absolutely tell you, not to mention the John
The
Adams
last
miniseries.
5 minutes of that season finale made the whole show.
Yeah.
But then,
And
oh my god, the
I haven't
writing
watched
went
anymore.
downhill.
I stopped watching. I watched season 1, and it was brilliant. And what I love there is what's his name? The main.
Ah,
and-
yes, the redhead guy. God
yeah,
damn
his
it.
wife died. She was on Peaky Blinders. One of the main characters on Peaky Blinders. She suddenly died. That was his wife, and he left Billions for I think a whole year to take a break after she passed away, and then he came back. But Damian Lewis.
Lewis, yes.
Thank you. And Lewis is fucking awesome. He's the only reason I like that stupid movie Dreamcatcher. His performance in that movie was worth the price of admission. Everything else was crap. And I mean, Thomas Jane wasn't even good enough in that movie for me. Morgan Freeman, off the wall, not fun. Hated all the characters. But good. Jason Scott
Well,
Lee, very fucking annoying in that movie.
uh,
Who
the
would
book-
risk when there's a monster in the toilet to get your fucking toothpick? God damn, that was so fucking dumb. Stephen
The
King. It's
book
in the
wasn't
book,
that
too.
good to begin with.
Well, that scene is in the book.
Yeah,
And it
I
was
know.
awful.
I
Because I was asked to read the book for a review. And I said, I hate this book so much, I'm not going to review it. And then a movie came out, and I went, oh, maybe they made it better. Nope. It's just as bad as the book.
I own that book because it was a gift. I read it, and then I saw that they were doing a movie, and I said, I'm not watching the movie. If I don't like the
Mm.
book, I'm not gonna like the movie.
Well, sometimes you can make a book better. And we've seen it a couple of times, well, a handful of times. But yeah, just
More better, you
it
say?
was more better, as my brother would say. So I'm looking up this episode because I don't remember what it is, and I need to go look at it. Oh, Howard Duff episode. Yes. It's also got David White from Bewitched in it. It's a really good episode of Twilight Zone. Oh man, yeah. So let me get a simple synopsis for this. Go to IMDb for it. Don't go to Wikipedia for a short synopsis. Good luck with ever finding that. You got to go to
No, other way
IMDb.
around. IMDb sucks, Gary. Wikipedia gets it.
No, Wikipedia is too long. You got to read like 4 paragraphs. That's not a synopsis.
IMDb sometimes gives you one line. That's not a synopsis either.
Well, these are more like what you call just above a tagline. So a businessman sitting in his office inexplicably finds that he is on a production set in a world where he is an actor. He fights to get back to his home and family. And there was this show with the guy that played the tall brother on Everybody Loves Raymond. What is that guy's name? Sounds like you guys are worse than me with memory. There we go. Everybody Loves Raymond. And Brad Garrett, the giant brother. And he did a show a few years back that I really liked, and it was bizarre towards the end. The last 2 seasons got really weird. And in the series, his son-in-law, the pothead, begins to notice that there are people working on a set around him. And he figures out that they're on a show, a sitcom. And like they'll do something funny and you hear the audience laugh and it's a live audience. And he goes, "See, none of you heard that laughing?" And as probably one of my favorite gags on that was on that show. And the name of the show was, wow, he's done a lot of shows. Good grief. A lot of movies. This is it right here. Was it Single Parents? No, that wasn't it. That's more recent. Yeah, you guys can fucking talk. I'm just going to talk for noise.
Yeah.
Feel free to fucking talk while I'm looking something up.
Yeah, we should probably talk about this scene where he is being so thanked for doing an interview when he is valuing his privacy. That's so ironic.
Yeah.
Because he's a very private man and does this shit to Truman. Come on. And I really like what she does. Just calling in, giving him shit.
Oh, one of the other things that the kid notices, the show is called Till Death, between 2006 and 2010. Okay. It was a funny show, very weird towards the end, because the son-in-law begins to notice that they recast his fiancée wife 3 times during the series with a different actress. And he starts like going, "I love you, but you're not the same woman." And she's like, "What are you talking about? I've never changed." And to like, he'll turn and you'll see guys with the camera and the microphone, the boom operator.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, calls them, "Come in here, see this is right." And when they come back in, they're not there anymore. And then there comes this one point where he's out there. They live in one of those RVs in the backyard, and he just keeps looking out the window, looking for camera operators and shit. That was a funny show. Till Death. If you haven't seen it, check it out, especially the last 2 seasons. Maybe as bad as Malware. Yeah. Till Death was. You don't like what, baby?
IMDb. It's so fucking slow. Everything.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what.
Also have open freezes and.
Because I can't use Google anymore for cast, because they get not only the wrong photos for actors, they leave actors out.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm done. I gave up on Google. Peter Weir is a great director. Must have picked the episode of Twilight Zone, A World of Difference. No, Peter Weir wasn't the original director on this. And so this film was already moving. And he got brought into it. And I think he was the right director for this movie. This scene where he's like touching him, the screen. Because he actually, like, he feels like his father. He's watched him grow his entire life. He grew old making this show. You know, with the artwork that you added to the filter, Martin, it looks like he lives in a cave.
Yeah.
With a box of scraps.
Yeah, with a box of scraps.
And I think those two have been at their job too long because they keep fucking up and then just barely catching it.
Yeah, it's they become too relaxed. Just like, you know, the story about, you know, after a while, security relaxes, and that's when things go wrong. I love this where he drew his speech. I actually like the upper one. If I die, it's okay. You can eat me. It's like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like weird conversation.
Yeah, but at the end of that, he says this one was for free, as if he knows already that they are there. I mean, he knows they're watching him. He doesn't know that they're putting him on TV.
Oh yeah, when he yells it, yeah. Peter Weir must have. Oh, okay, yeah. I already read that one.
Dude, you have to give me that link to the show because I cannot find it. I put till
Which
death.
one?
Till death. I
Here.
get all sort of things with that name.
Here you
Nobody
go.
matches the thing that you're saying.
Also, there is an apostrophe before the T because it's supposed to be until, and you're taking out the un out, so you have to put the apostrophe mark. Here you go. This is the link for the IMDb page, so you can go look it up. I think you'll like the show. I think you will. It's kind of fun. You know, I love Brad Garrett. I think he's fucking hilarious. One of the unsung things he did is he played Jackie Gleason in a biopic.
Yeah, I remember
It was
that.
good. It was good. I liked him. He nailed it. I always pictured someone like Kevin James doing it because his performance on King of Queens was right off of, Jackie Gleason's Honeymooners. And there were a lot of comparisons to the Honeymooners when that show started.
The synopsis that I get here is newlyweds move in next door to a veteran married couple of 25 years.
No, they don't move it. Well, there is a young couple that live next door, and they just kind of slowly aren't important anymore.
Is this the show that in which they are into a show?
What do you mean?
I think we're not talking about the same show.
I sent you the IMDb, so.
Now you were talking about a show that a guy notices that
That's the son-in-law. Yeah, Brad Garrett's son-in-law on the show. Here's the Wikipedia.
This is the show.
Too. Yeah,
Okay.
Till Death. And it's in the I think it starts in the second or third or the third or fourth seasons that shit starts. And his character becomes acutely aware of the fact that different actresses have played his fiance. And that's really fucking funny too.
That is fucked up. How do you not immediately realize that?
Well, because he's in a show, but I think it's because he smoked so much weed, he has now crossed the barrier and can see the sitcom. It's so fucking wild. I laughed my ass off the first time I saw it, where he's losing his shit. Because when nobody's looking, you'll see like part of a set fall behind a window. He's like, and somebody picks it up and he goes, oh, and he's pointing and nobody's looking. Boop, boop.
That's
Somebody boop, boop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or like I like to call it the thought chime.
Thought chime. Yeah, it's like you need to make that face. Like every time it makes sound, go.
No, thought. THOTH. That hoe over there. See what the chime with that sound when somebody tips one of these gamer girls, and just to show that they're buxom.
Oh wait, what are we talking about here, Alpha? About Microsoft? I don't know what he's mentioning this for.
Was founded in the 80s, went public in 86. No. Oh, no, dude. No, Bill. No. No, Gambit.
Peter Weir must have picked the episode. Oh, okay. I'm cut off. Okay. So I don't know what's going. What is this about? Something you said?
Yeah, it says that Gates created Microsoft in '94. No.
Well, give the answer.
Well, Alpha said it. 80s.
Oh yeah,
in '86.
yeah. First of all, the trippy part of this is that I was it ID. What's it?
IBM.
IBM gave up something for practically free to Apple. And then Gates was working with Apple.
Oh no, it was
and-
not. It was IBM. Xerox. What's Xerox?
Oh, it's Xerox. Yes, Xerox gave up the
The
software.
mouse.
Yeah, for them
They
to
gave
do
the
what they did.
mouse.
Yeah, I know. Gave it to them, and they took off from there. Built the first PCs, and then Bill Gates took the bare bone idea and stole it. I mean, he flat out fucking stole it, and we
Well,
all know he did.
Wasn't
he got away with it.
exactly like that, but yeah.
Well, I think they did a fairly good job of showing it in the miniseries what he
Uh,
did.
Yeah, remember the PC came before the Mac, and he established Microsoft with a code that he buy for $10,000, and that code was the code for MS DOS, and he convinced IBM, just like Lucas. It's a license. Just like Lucas did with the toys, he did with his software. You're not buying my software, you are licensing it. And that's how Microsoft came to be. Then, when Wozniak and the other guy, when they got finally the foundings, started Apple, Xerox gave them the mouse because they didn't know what to do with it. And Microsoft was a subcontractor for Apple to develop Mac OS. But at the same time, he was working on Windows, which, to be honest, was a little more intuitive than the Mac OS of that day. And when Jobs found out,
Yep.
sparks flew, to say the least. Guys, I'll be back. I'll try to be as quick as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
While Martin goes to take a poop, we will continue the show.
You're not supposed to say that.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Now he's going to be all upset.
When isn't he?
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm looking at season 1 of The Twilight Zone from 1959. I'm looking. Let's see what's got here. Episode 12, episode 25, episode 30, episode 36. 36 episodes that season. So episode 23, A World of Difference, is the one you were talking about. I'm going to mark that down for us to watch later. Goodness gracious. It's been a long fucking day. Yeah, that's all I knew how to use when I was first working on computers with DOS. First screenplay I ever wrote was in DOS. I can't remember. What the fuck was that first Word program?
No idea. Oh, they just reunited him with his father.
Words.
Yes, he somehow
Word
managed
Star.
to sneak on the set.
And I love how she's always rooting for him.
Yeah. I mean, the minute he walks out that door, she is up, grabbing her jacket and rushing to the set.
Because she's madly in love with the guy. She looked across
She
that
also
room at him.
knows he needs help in the real world. A lot of.
She only
She never
became an
gave up.
activist. She only became an activist because of her feelings for him. Because he knew he needed to be free.
She's not an activist. She's just watching and hoping.
Oh
And
no,
that
she
takes
is an
one
activist
phone
on the
call.
outside. Ed Harris's character, Christoph, says that because she is actively railing against the show. And
Yet still watching it.
Yeah. Well, she's only watching it for him.
I know.
And I get that. She's not watching it to be a rating. If she's like me, she should be like bootlegging copies. Using somebody else's cable. You know what we need to do, Alpha? I need to get you to do a show with me where you do basically just like on the series Connections. What's that gentleman's name? James Burke. Fucking love that guy when I was a kid. I still love it, man. I fucking love those shows. Connections. Like do our own version of Connections.
I don't know that show, so what's it going to be like?
It is a history program that deals with technology, but where did that technology get inspired from? And he goes all the way back to the first version of whatever that is. One of my favorites is when we went into the mechanics of robotics, but we go through the history of what inspired robots, and it goes back to some of the old Austrian clock towers with the animated characters and shit, to the even smaller ones. They would get them smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's fucking cool. I vaguely,
Hey, WordStar. I remember that.
Yeah,
However,
I said that before. WordStar was the first word program I used to write a screenplay on. When I wrote the original script for The Darker, it was on WordStar.
yeah, I like WordStar more than WordPerfect. And when finally Windows conquered the world, I prefer Ami Pro instead of Word. I don't
But
like
here's the
Word.
sad thing. I got a copy of DOS one time just to fuck around with. I couldn't remember any of the prompts. Not one of them. I'm like, man, I've been on PCs too long. I don't remember how to do a goddamn thing in DOS.
No,
I have to
can.
look at instructions when I have to. No,
No,
I
I
still
can.
I still have to.
I still
I don't
can.
remember that shit, man.
I started with MS-DOS, what? 3.0, I think. Or was it 2.6?
Well, Windows 1 came out in 85, I think. Didn't you say
No.
something about that? Yeah,
Well,
right here. Yeah.
yeah,
You
but
said it right here.
I remember the first version of Windows I saw was 3.0. Then a friend of mine got his hand on 2.0. And I'm not sure if I seen 1.0 running or in pictures.
Yeah, the first user interface I used after DOS was on Mac. And then I got my first PC with Windows on it. And I think it was 3.5 is the one I got. What year did that come
No,
out?
no, it was 3.1, and after 3.1 came NT, which was 3.5.
Well, the thing that's nice about NT, because I used that when I was with iFleet, and it was the single most stable Windows program it never crashed, not once. I had that thing for years. The only thing that sucked about it is only certain programs worked with it that I needed, and it would frustrate me. There was a big disconnect between like Adobe and Sony with Windows NT. I think 3.0 and 3.1 was when Microsoft really took off. Because I think the first one I did was 3.1. And I couldn't remember what year that came out. It's 92, and that sounds right. Because I was in the Army, and I set up the computer in the dining room for Alicia and my niece and nephew and my brother-in-law. And that was the version I played. My first real PC game. I played computer games before. My first PC game was Predator 2. And I played it on that 3.1. Yeah.
Not even Doom?
I never liked Doom. Never got into it. Yeah, I know. I know, man. Search games bore me. Even though there's action in there, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Just wasn't. I remember back in what was it, 2007? Jim Woodward, Mike Beatty, and his sister Mari, and a couple of my friends from high school talked me into, because that was my D&D club, hanging out with them playing D&D, and I hated playing D&D, just hated it. And so they got me to play that wandering around game, fantasy game.
Final Fantasy? No. Ultima?
No. You just wander around, buy shit, travel. And the first time I played it with Jim and Mike, I heard the song from Conan the Barbarian in my head where they're just running. You remember that music?
No, I don't know what game are you talking about. You have described
almost
every RPG of the world.
I am talking about when I would run around in that game, I heard the song from Conan, the Barbarian, when he and Jerry Lopez Subutai are running through the
you're talking
that song would play in my fucking head for like an hour or two, because it just seemed like that's all we were doing in this game. It's not World of Warcraft, was it?
No.
It felt like a live action version of D&D.
Got you beaten, Alpha. I had a 386 running.
Yeah, it's World of Warcraft. It's whatever the fantasy one where you're running through deserts and shit. And oh my fucking God, I hated that fucking game so much. You had orcs and ogres and shit in it.
Oh, here's when he's so convinced that he had Truman wrap around his finger.
Oh yeah, he thinks he's going to turn around and come back to him, and he's like, "Look up."
I mean, who would walk away from a creep who tells you that you can't leave because you belong in his world and he's been watching you all of your fucking life from the moment you were born? Everybody would run. Also, he knows she's out there, so.
Oh, Alpha. I love Stephen Fry. You know, he took over in the UK for what's that show?
Jeopardy?
Jeopardy. He hosts Jeopardy over in the UK. And I just want to watch for him because I fucking love that guy. He is so funny. Anima and I watched a show we haven't finished yet called The Great Indoors, where he's the publisher of the magazine. And that show is funny as shit.
That and Just Shoot Me.
We got to finish that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we start shows and I get you to fall in love with them. and then we go to
Yeah, and
something else.
then you introduce me to the next show and the next, and I don't even, without a job, I don't have time to go and watch them.
This is beautiful. This is one of my favorite endings of a movie of all time, right here. It's technically, you could refer to this as, what's the term when something ends flat, not exciting ending?
Anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic. It's kind of an anticlimactic ending to everything that built up to this moment. But the fact
Yeah, because
is,
you don't see him on the outside, like meeting up with her or something like that. You don't get the big happy ending there.
No, you just get this conclusion. It's over. That's the end. And that's really all you need is him to say that fucking line. If I don't see you again later, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And then he just fucking walks off. And I'm like, that's a good ending. That's a solid ending. It's anticlimactic, but in a good way to me. Because you know he's going to fucking do it. It's done. It's happened. And Christoph is nothing now. He has no show. He's nothing. Because this is another thing that the movie talks about is power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. He had absolute power over this world. And this kid, this guy, this young man.
Oh,
So
you
he's
can't even
basically
say that. No,
Joseph
no, dear.
Fritzl.
No, just no.
Well, Anima says no.
What he did
Alpha.
is something else.
It's a very calm ending. You go through all of this and you just get this him saying, no, I'm going off on my own, man. This is my life.
Oh, one of the best parts is the security guards who've always been watching, and the show just ends when they cut transmission. Oh, look what else is on.
Yeah, look what else.
Moving on.
Get the TV guide. Get the TV guide.
They don't give a
That was
shit.
funny.
It's just background noise to them.
Next show. I also love that they had that elderly ladies living together, watching
Yeah.
the show, and when it went off the air, it woke them up because they're one of those people that leave the TV on 24/7.
Their life revolves around the show.
Yeah, they have a cushion with his face on.
Oh,
she's
all right.
hugging
Pictures
all
and
is- Who is your favorite member of the audience?
Oh,
I think the Asian family were trying to say good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and mixing it up. They're
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, that's yours, Martin. Yours?
none. I found them all morally reprehensible.
I had one favorite, and it was the little, I think he's Hispanic, in the bathtub.
Oh, yeah, he was good too.
I loved his reaction. He's
Okay.
literally fighting with his shower curtain.
Yeah, I don't get his reaction. Is he cheering or is he crumbling apart? I don't know.
No, I think he's
cheering
happy.
in his own way. Yeah, he's excited. He's happy. He doesn't want him to die, so he's like, fight, and he's fighting for him, which I thought was really fucking hilarious. That, he's in this bathtub taking his fucking bath and grabbing Terry. The guy's name is Terry. Found him, Terry Camilleri, and he's been in other movies. And it's like he was Napoleon in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and he was one of my favorite parts of that fucking movie. I love Napoleon in that movie. And nobody remember him, the little Napoleon guy, Napoleon Bonaparte, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, just seeing if anybody remembers that movie and that character, because he was one of my favorite parts of that movie. Him and my buddy that played Billy the Kid. What was that? Fritzl by proxy. He facilitated a world. All kinds of stuff were done to Truman without any kind of informed consent.
Okay, I'm going to be blunt here. Fritzl locked his own daughter up in his basement and had kids with her. How does that even
Ew.
compare to this show? So please stop
Yeah,
bringing this
that's.
monster up.
I know who that is. Yeah. Ew. Ew. Yeah, I think Alpha's fucking around. I think Alpha's just fucking
I
around.
hope so.
So the Truman Show director is basically exactly Truman says good evening. Yep. And then Napoleon Bonaparte was a French general in the 18th century. Gambit, eat shit. Like,
No shit, Sherlock. Captain
he's
Obvious.
doing that on purpose. He's being a dick.
I know.
Napoleon was the founder of canned goods.
Yeah. Well, glass.
He technically is. He didn't do it himself. He hired someone to do it, but they needed to get food to their troops. Problem was they used the wrong kind of canning. It made people sick and killed a few.
But he figured out that an army
Well,
travels on the stomach.
If
That's
you
it,
want to
right
make
there.
an omelette,
Gotta break some eggs. I know. They got there eventually.
Yeah, it's like, well, what makes it funny is when you go, if you're going to make an omelet, you got to break some stuff. Like what? Stuff. It's important. You got to break stuff to make stuff, right? Like, you're an idiot. Yeah, but I know that you break stuff to make it. So, yeah, but like, what did I do? Oh man. So I don't know. I am a fan of this film, but I'm not a super fan. But I really do like this movie. It's a movie that I don't mind pulling out every once in a while. Whip it out and watch it.
I'm gonna tell you, and you make your own conclusion of how much I like this movie. I look information about the town, trying to move
Oh, the
there.
real place. Oh yeah,
Seaside.
I absolutely would love to visit that location. It's a nice little town.
No, I still want to live there, but man, real estate is unpayable there.
No, look,
$2.5
it is
million for a
it is
little
a
house.
seller's market. It is not a buyer's market right now. We got to change that soon. And I know that the current administration's working on it, but work a little faster, please. The problem is that they're running into is too many things were created that create slippery slopes. And getting people to buy who couldn't afford properties. You know what I'm talking about, Martin.
But
These
$2 million
programs
for a house.
Yeah, you say it like the guy from Clear and Present Danger, that Hispanic actor. I love that guy. I can't think of his name right now. He says, "I'd like to take your helicopter out for a test ride. How much?" He goes, $2 million. He goes, "Okay, how much? If I want to buy it, just buy it. How much do I need to put down?" $2 million. It's like you're not taking it out of here unless there's $2 million down. He goes, "Well, you take a check," and he pulls out his card saying CIA. It's like, yes, I will take a check. I grew up in Florida. I hate those artificial towns.
But they look so good.
They're clean, is what is so attractive. It's like you see all that white, and what it reminds me of is like some of the old places, like in Puerto Rico, and like if you ever watch the show The Flying Nun, when they show shots of that village, everything's white. All the buildings are white with that sun hitting it. And then you got the contrast of those red clay roofs. And it just looks gorgeous. And it's the same type of effect with that. Hashtag you guys hashtag, or yeah, that's what you did. And he said he grew up in Florida. Yeah, I grew up for 1 year in Tallahassee. Or not Tallahassee, I'm sorry, Jacksonville. It's a fucking swamp.
You're a freaking pussy. That's what you are.
Our backyard was a saltwater canal. We had sharks.
And crocodiles.
And then in the
That's awesome.
Front yard, we had a gutter that fed under the road into the swamp across the street. I remember going over. My dad was across the street at the guy's house across the street, and he lived in a mobile home about 30, 40 yards away from the road. And there was a lot of tall grass. And I started walking up there, and he stuck his head out the owner, goes, hey, son, you need you to stay on the path. Don't veer off of it. You see those things, those black inner tube looking things? Those are moccasins. Stay well away from them. And I just went, tell my dad I'm home from school. And I just went back home, and I never went back over there again. You could hear the alligators. They make noises. They're just not splashing around. They make like, it's like frog noises type shit. It's fucking creepy. And then it rained one day, and it flooded a little bit. And my dad tried to, because I was a fucking mess living there. I fucking hated that place. And I got stung by jellyfish so much. We had a deck, and they would net fish instead of throw out a line. They would throw out nets. My dad and my brothers, they would fish for these with nets, and you can't see the jellyfish. And they're all over the fucking deck, and he stung the shit out of my feet. Then my brother says, well, I got to pee on him. I'm like, you're a liar. And he goes, no, really, it works. No,
yeah,
it doesn't fucking work.
You gotta.
It didn't work. It did not work. But he did pee on me. That worked. But it did not help me with the stings. So I took my duck out. My dad got me this duck to cheer me up, and I let him go play in the gutter, the front yard gutter. And a juvenile alligator came through underneath the road through the tunnel tube thing, and it got a hold of my duck and ate the shit out of it, and grabbed him by the ass and it started rolling and just tore him apart. And the neighbor whose parents owned the house we were renting came running out with a .22 rifle and shot the shit out of that alligator. And I turned to my dad, because we also witnessed a guy get attacked by a shark too out there. And I'm like, I hate this place, Dad. I hate everything about it. Everything here wants to kill me. I don't like it. And the water smells like sulfur. You couldn't drink the water. You could wash in it. Who wants to wash in that? I cried so fucking hard. And my dad's heart broke, and he goes, okay, son, we'll head back to Arizona. I said, everything there I can avoid. Here it's everywhere. It's in everything.
Oh my God, you little pussy.
Welcome to childhood trauma.
I was a pussy, because I got to tell you something. He tried to get me to go in the ocean. I wouldn't go in the ocean. And my general attitude to this day is, look, man, if I was a chicken, I would not go into KFC. And that's what you're doing when you go in the ocean. Because things that want to eat you live there. That's their home. Things that maybe don't want to eat all of you, but maybe just a piece of you. And is that acceptable? No, fuck you. I'll swim in a swimming pool.
You can say that about every biome. You go to Arizona, there are wolves and coyotes trying to kill you.
I know. He still is a pussy, Martin.
Ben, I had 2 pet crocodiles. What the fuck? I would be happy.
Oh no. I had hamsters and gerbils and shit. But no, look, the only thing that's going to kill you in a swimming pool is the serial killer from the movie Dirty Harry, when he shoots you swimming. What's this? What's going on here? My father, hold on. Yeah, I hashtagged it. Okay. My father's first church after seminary was in Jacksonville. What a horrible place. My mother, it's nice now, by the way. It finally joined the 21st century. My mother was from a small town west of here. Today, we had to buy our fucking water for drinking. Like, you couldn't, I'm serious, you couldn't drink the fucking water. There was so much sulfur in it. It smelled like rotten eggs all the time. I fucking hated that place. I would rate this film about 9 out of 10. I'm right in the same spot, Gambit, right there. It's not a perfect film, but it's damn near perfect, because I can find a lot of, because you got to build things on some form of reality. And you got to create that reality and obey those rules. It's like, it's simple. When you're writing, you can change reality a little bit, but whatever reality you create, you better obey those fucking laws you create. It will cause problems. Now, this film's got some problems with the reality it's in, and of how they would get away with this. First of all, there are numerous fucking federal crimes. So that island, better not be in the United States. Because as a human being, he has civil rights. And
Newsflash, Gary, it is.
what?
It was
That
in the
dome.
States.
That dome is behind the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
I know, I'm telling you, you can't do that in the United States. They would not be able to get away with this. He would have to be in on it in some way in order for them to get away with it, because it would be an infringement on his civil rights, basic civil rights. What about Truman? Truman. Oh, okay. Truman is the prisoner of his own illusion. And it's not his illusion, it's an illusion created for him that he's unaware of. He doesn't know that it's an illusion. And that's the part that's bad. Yeah, it has absolute huge flaws in that area. But God damn it, at the end, it's a great morality play. It really is. It's a story about how you treat people and how they shouldn't be treated, and about freedom and liberty. I think it's a very good film. Oh, you can drop it down to an 8. Don't listen to my complaints. Keep it right where you were, 9, because I consider a 9 film. And he already said it's not a 10. It does have some logic flaws that I have problems with. But,
Yeah, I'll stick with an 8.
I think Peter Weir is probably one of the best directors of the last 40 years. Even though he doesn't have huge fucking hits, he has made some great fucking cinema.
Come on, 11 Alpha.
What did Alpha say? It should be a nice town on a bay, like, say, Guantanamo. I understand the guys that serve there like it. Good pay, all that shit. So, but look, I do give the film a 9 out of 10. You guys, give your scores.
I would go with 8.
Okay. And what is, like, to you, what is the reason why you don't have it at 10? What's the thing that knocks it down from a 10 to an 8?
I don't know. It's a gut thing. It's not a movie that I bring to mind. Oh my god! All the time when I think about it, I say, "Oh yeah, that's a great movie." But it's not a movie that is this that I'm discussing with myself constantly. It is not part of my normal day or life or thinking.
You're part of your retinue. No, I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
Pope.
Yes, sir.
What is your score for this film? What did you think of the film? And
I'd give it a solid 8.5.
8
Like,
and a
it's a
half?
really cool idea, as executed really well. It to me, it just suffers from some pacing issues.
All right. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, it's pretty damn good.
Okay. Anima, your score. And
I already
why?
gave it an 8.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear you say it, sweetie. I'm sorry. So
No,
you
I
give it
give
an
it
8.
an 8.
Why doesn't it get a 10 for you?
Because a 10 needs to be fucking perfect, and this movie is just not perfect. Like you said, there are some logic issues with that.
Now, one of the beefs I had with this, once I watched it again today, I realized, oh my God, no, he's aware far earlier than I expected. So it's not like he's not aware. And so I think that's why I beefed it up to a 9, because I didn't catch the first time I watched this in the theater that he was aware earlier on
He had his
than I thought.
suspicions, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. He knew something was going on. He needed out of there, because he started working on digging that hole, like, when things were okay. He was still kind of in on everything. Let's see, what's this? I don't generally love remakes, but it would be cool to see a modern version of this movie.
I don't see a reason.
No, no
No,
remake.
give it another. I would give it another 10, 15 years, and then see where technology is at that point
Yeah.
with invasion of privacy. Then I would agree with you, Sally. I think right now is not a good time for it, but a few years down the line, I think so. It would be nice to see something like that in the
Well,
next.
the thing is, we in this moment we have less privacy than him.
Oh, I know. They could be watching us through our cameras at this point. We've learned everything that they
Our
can do.
phones are listening to us. The
They
TVs
can
are listening to you.
The TV speakers can be reversed. CIA has said they can do it.
Oh no
And
no no
spy
no
on
no!
people.
Hear me out. Now that all these smart TVs would come with Alexa and shit, they say the remote is a microphone, and the document of the TV now say that you have to be conscious that it is recording you 24/7. They are not hiding it anymore.
I'm not sure what you're referring here to, Gambit. If I didn't say it, it's probably because someone else started to interject, and I didn't get to finish it because the pursuit of happiness is hugely important with our civil rights. It's in the fucking Declaration of Independence, which I tried. Alpha, I think you'd like this. When I was explaining it to my daughter, I explained that the Declaration of Independence was our breakup letter with England, and the Constitution was the divorce. Because it really kind of is. We're free. We're not with you anymore. So we're gonna do our own thing now. So it's good knowing you. Don't forget to sign the document once the lawyer sends it to you. Yeah. If he did a remake of this, I don't think it's necessary. What I would actually like to see is finally uh, a film version of Time at a Joint, because that movie is again just like this, but you find out at the end, the big twist at the end is that the game he's been playing and making money off of is actually his brain when he was in the military. They wiped his memory, part of it. He still has his cognitive reasoning, and he remembers certain things from the past, but they wiped part of his memory because the world has been destroyed, and the city he lives in is protected by those bombers that are constantly flying over, protecting the place. And basically, he is made to believe he's in 1959. It's actually like 20 years later. And they're at war with humans that now live on Mars. And Mars keeps firing rockets to Earth. And it's his ability to read numbers. He sees numbers, it's his brain. And he's able to solve these puzzles so they're able to block where those rockets are going to come from. He can actually mathematically predict where the next one's going to hit. And he does it through these puzzles. And when he finds out all this and has to make a decision, he decides to leave. He goes, I'm going to go have my life. I want a life. I don't want this fake shit. And I think it's either his brother or his best friend that escapes with him, and I'm not sure. I think he takes his nephew with him to escape this place. At the end, it's been too long. I haven't read it since the '90s, but it was just a great book. In fact, I liked it so much I bought 2 copies of it, so I'd never be without it. And yet here I am without it. You do stupid shit in this life thinking that'll solve it. No, didn't do it. Didn't solve it at all. I'm trying to remember if I knew the hook when I first watched it. It might have been better if you were becoming aware of the mystery along with it. Well, when you watch it a second time, you see it, because that's what I noticed today. I started noticing things that I didn't notice before. So watch it a second time and look how he's acting, what he's doing, and what he's saying. And I'm telling you, I think he was aware of not the show, but he was aware that there was a conspiracy that deals directly with him, and he wanted to get away from him. Whatever this was, he felt like he was in a prison. Look what news flashes have given us media coverages and frequent exposure of our private lives. Yeah, look, like the actor Daniel Stern just popped into my head. Gets busted for trying to hire a prostitute. That's not news. I don't fucking care. That's his personal fucking business. It's like maybe he's old and lonely, you fucking assholes. TMZ, I fucking hate them. I really do. They are such jubby cunts, man. Judgy cunts. I can't stand TMZ. Fucking going after that story like it's a story. It's not a story. That's a wag the dog thing. It's like it's a distraction. It's some poor fucking lonely old guy. I don't know if he's got a lot of money, and maybe he hasn't had a woman that loved him enough to touch his penis, you know, and so he has to go fucking hire someone. It happens. Maybe he's just alone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
a lot of guys say they do it because they're alone. Anyway, can we get out of here? It's late.
Yeah, let me get to this last one. You exemplified it earlier on that people should live their own lives, be happy, pursue their happiness, spend much time together, and all that. Oh yeah, I was not talking about that then. Okay, yeah, you get it. Just like Truman should be doing with himself and live accordingly to his own desires, which they don't have. He's not allowed to have desires and passions. He has to live what they say are his interests and stuff. And it's just nobody should live that way, man. So yeah, totally agree with that. Last one, a prostitute. Wow, I haven't been aware of that. Go look it up. TMZ, Daniel Stern, arrested for, he wasn't prostituting himself for trying to hire a prostitute. This is a fucking, cops like to say this, that it's not a victimless crime. Like, yeah, it is. The person that's the prostitute should be safe. They should always be safe. And that's why it needs to be legalized. So they're safe, you know, and protected under the law to do what they do. But if that's their choice, if that's the only thing they can do, then fucking, it's the oldest profession, for Christ's sake, you know? And that's between them. That's between two people. To make it a public thing that's embarrassing for the cops, in my opinion. You know, it's not like the situation with Pee Wee Herman when he got caught. Well, you know, just like the old joke said, Pee Wee's big cinema adventure coming in a theater near you. You know, that was the joke that came out back when I was in the Army and he got busted. And but you know, that's because he fucking was flogging his dong in a public place. You don't do that. You know, that's just fucking asking for trouble. But prostitutes, you know, if you're going to go to a room, it's not like Hugh Grant who fucking banged the prostitute in a public alleyway. He deserved to be humiliated for that kind of stupidity. And he deserved to lose his woman. And he did. She left his ass. Did you know that?
Hurley. Oh my God, Elizabeth Hurley.
He fucking lost Elizabeth Hurley because he had to dip his wick in a prostitute in a fucking alleyway.
What?
No class.
I can.
George Michael, a bathroom. You know,
I can't wrap my mind around that.
It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you that you do things in public? You deserve it. So anyway, last one's here. Sex work is real work. Yeah. Although what really sucks is when you don't get paid for the overtime. Then I'm thinking of Daniel Stern from Home Alone 1 and 2. No, don't connect those while thinking about this, Gambit. No, that's wrong. And people tell them to do, and sex addiction is a real addiction. Yeah. So that's it, guys. We're going to get the hell out of here. Fun show. I mean, we talked about a lot of crazy shit during the show today. It was fun. Well, that's really cool. You know, when you mouse over our avatars, it makes it look like the sign in the background is blinking. Do it. It's fucking wackadoodle, man. Anyway, let's get out of here, guys. Was there anything I wanted to? Oh yes, this. Here we go. Yes, we got to do this. Hey, it's the magic mirror. I can see Snorty. I can see Gambit. I can see Shirley Levasseur. I can see Genghis Khan. I see Sally, Penny, Slasher Fred. What is it? Slideshow? No, that's Anima just asking a question. Like, who names themselves Slideshow? Anyway, Tim, 11 Alpha. And oh, this is strange, guys. Are you ready? He actually watches us dressed in his Class A uniform. You're weird. Now, if I had my Class A's, I'd still wear it. I'd wear it on the show. Fuck it. Fuck it. All right, guys, that's it. It's good seeing you guys. Do you like the romper room thing there, Pope, Martin? Do you guys even know what romper room is?
No.
Romper room it was a children's show on PBS where it was like a schoolroom. Like in first grade, the way schoolrooms were designed with the tables, not desks, and you got bookshelves with your things in it. And then at the end of the show, the teacher would sit down with all the kids and she would bring up the magical mirror and look out at the camera and say hi to all the kids at home, saying names that were common names. I see Bobby, I see Daniel, I see, Frederico. Because it was like I watched that when I was in Arizona. So like Ernesto, we are at the Looking Glass people. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Hey, Venkman's girl shows up at the last second.
Hey, good to see
Good
you.
to see you. Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna get out of here, guys. Everybody have a great day today.
See you tomorrow for Robin Hood.
Yay.
Back to our
Prince
Kevin
of
Costner
Thieves.
week.
This is look, I enjoy this film. It's got some problems. You will hear us talk about the problems, but the fact is, I enjoyed it, and which is why two Robin Hood films borrowed from this movie.
Right.
And they keep bringing back the same African character, borrowing from it, including Men in Tights. Although Men in Tights has the best joke in it when Carrie Elway says, but at least my Robin Hood has a proper English accent. So that's it, guys. We're going to get out of here. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Matt Damon.